We're going to show you 7 tips to try to reduce piriformis syndrome and that sciatic pain that you may be having coming down your leg. So the red band here represents the piriformis muscle. We have one on each side here of our pelvis. It comes over and attaches over to the femur bone. And the yellow is going to represent the sciatic nerve as it passes behind the piriformis. Now some people have a split the piriformis muscle and the sciatic nerve would pass between that split. And for those folks, it doesn't take much for the piriformis to spasm, become tight, and then compress the sciatic nerve. So just to give you an illustration of what that looks like. So we're going to break this up into 3 phases for you. The first phase is going to be stretches. So you can start with this stretch, and we're going to say that it's her left side that she's having the symptoms on. She's going to take her left leg, bring it up, cross it over there, and then just lean forwards. And she's going to hold that 15, maybe 30 seconds, several times a day. And if we're going to make this a little more difficult, want a little more stretch in, then she's going to lie down, and we're going to show you the next step. So she's going to lie down on her back here. Same thing. So the side that you're having the trouble with, her left side here is going to be the one that she's going to cross over. She's going to reach through, grab her right leg, and pull this back just like that, kind of like a pretzel. This is a little more aggressive, and you do need to be able to lie on your back to do this. So if not, you're perfectly fine with doing the first stretch that we showed in sitting. The next phase we're going to do is going to be some nerve flossing combined with a little bit of what's called myofascial release or muscle release. So Kenzie's going to demonstrate a sciatic / femoral nerve floss here. So she's going to look up, she's got her foot out all at the same time, knee is straight, she's going to bend her leg underneath her, point her toes down and look down at the same time. And she's just going to keep repeating that. She may repeat that 5, 10 times, several times a day, just kind of in that sequence. So whichever direction her toes are going, that's the direction that her head goes. Now, the other thing that you can do, you can take a tennis ball. You can buy those myofascial balls online. Those are great too. But if you don't have that, just get you a tennis ball. We're going to put this right under. We're going to say it's her right glute where she's having that piriformis pain or down the leg or the sciatica down the right side. And she's going to go right to where she feels that discomfort, usually right in the center of the glute, and just sit right there on the tennis ball. She doesn't have to do anything else other than just sit there, breathe, watch TV, whatever that is, and let that relax. And so that is a myofascial release using a tennis ball. And so for phase 3, we're going to do 3 strengthening exercises. So we're going to start with the least difficult to the most difficult. The first one's going to be a sideline clamp. Now I would do this on both sides regardless of what side is hurting. I always like to do whatever I do to one side, do that to the other side. So Kenzie just has her hips bent, her knees bent. She's going to keep her feet together when she does this and just open and close, aka the clam exercise. Now to make this more difficult, you could put a band around your leg, just to make a little more resistance with this. If not, really focus on just doing this movement, especially if you have a lot of pain, just doing this movement nice and controlled. The next exercise that we're going to do is going to be a side lying hip abduction. So she's just on her side. You can do this standing. It is a little more difficult in lying and just brings her leg out to the side. And again, whatever I did on one side, I would do it on the other side. You can add bands to this and or ankle weights, but initially I just recommend just basic movement with body weight. And the most difficult of the 3 is going to be a side lying plank. So this definitely is harder. She's going to bring herself up, hold that maybe 3 to 5 seconds and go back down again, repeating all of these several times a day as her time allows and as availability allows that she has a spot to lie down like this. So I hope these tips help, guys, and to try to resolve your piriformis syndrome. Thanks so much for watching.